Hi everyone and welcome to day 22. I'm Lottie and today we have a back in my body Pilates routine. So you might know that I'm a real advocate for really going back to the foundations, going back to the basic Pilates principles to help us find more deep connection and help really improve the more challenging exercises as well. So this is a lovely routine just to get back into your body and to remind ourselves of those lovely Pilates principles. So let's start with some roll downs. So we've got our feet really focusing on our alignment, just feet underneath our hips, soft knees, so we're not locking out. And just feel that you're really balanced with your weight under the ball of your big toe, the ball of your little toe and the center of your heel. Just feeling a sort of lift under the arches. And we'll just feel that both sides of the waist are lengthening long. Trying to just release the shoulders down evenly. And just feeling from the center, you're just going to rock forwards without gripping the toes, and you're going to rock back. So we're just transferring the weight to the balls of the feet and then back to the heels. So always keeping your foot completely on the floor. Don't let the foot lift off, the heels lift off or the toes lift off. Keep the whole foot flat. We just kind of feel this little rocking forwards and back, and then just finding the middle. So just kind of find in between the two so you can feel the balance, and then just do the same thing left to right. So shift the weight onto the right foot and then onto the left foot. Still keeping both feet on the floor again and keeping your arches lifted. So you don't want to roll your foot in or out. You're just going to shift the weight side to side. Again, just keeping the knees soft. And then just feel in the middle. And then we're going to do like a little circle around. So without getting dizzy, keep the foot completely on the floor, both feet on the floor. So it's quite a small movement. So you've got to check that you don't go too far or you'll feel that you'll go off balance. One more in this direction, circling around. And then we'll go back the other way. So you just keep it steady. You're going to feel that center. Just circling from one foot to the other foot, forwards and back in a circle. And then again, we'll just feel ourselves come right into the middle. Good, let's take some roll down. So soft chin towards the chest, and then start to flex. Breathe out as you go through your upper back, your mid back, your lower back. And then just allow your hips to flex as you go over your legs through the center. And then come up from your hips, drop your sit bones down towards your feet. Find your hips opening up, rebuild your low back, mid back, and then your head comes up last. And again, nod your chin without dropping, letting your shoulders just naturally take the shape of the back as you go down, keeping your weight balanced evenly through the middle that we just found. Breathing in at the bottom, breathe out as you draw your navel in, pick yourself up, slide your sit bones down towards your heels, restack, opening through the front of the hips. Head is going to come up last, collarbone wide. We'll do one more. Really through the center line, nod the chin without dropping, soft knees as you up and over, start to feel that connection through the deep abdominals as you roll down, breathing all the air out. Breathing into the back of your ribs there at the bottom, and then breathing out as you rebuild. Slide your sit bones towards your heels, long toes. You're going to come up. Good. We're going to come down to all fours, so come to the back of your mat if you're not there already. Do one more roll down through the spine, breathing out. This time just bend your knees and walk down onto your all fours position. Knees under the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to take a little protraction and retraction of our scapula. Soft elbows, long neutral spine. Breathe in as your shoulders gently pinch together. Breathe out as they press apart. So it's this little protraction. It's not cat and cow, it's more just from the scapula, gently squeezing together and then pressing apart. Just feeling that long neutral spine, long neck, ribs gently towards the hips. Maybe you'll feel that one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. Just nice and even, breathing in, spread the shoulders apart. And then let's just find a nice neutral sitting of the shoulders on the back. Coming into a little cat stretch. So starting from your tailbone, we're going to work our way up to our head. Round your tailbone underneath you as you breathe out through your lower back, your mid back, and just continue the curve towards the head. And now from your head, lengthen your head away as you go back the other way, through to an extension, lift your chest, arch your spine. Gently connect into the center. Let's go from the hips. Tailbone under, working through from the bottom to the head, natural curve. And then from the head goes first, working through your spine sequentially. And again from the tail, work from the tail, work up through, coming into the body, natural curve, organized curve. And then work your way from your head, ripple back through, find that center. And we'll do one more from the tail. Tail starts the movement, rounding through, press the mat away, open the hips. And then from the head goes first, lengthen back. This time just find your neutral position. Coming into a little thread the needle, getting some lovely rotation through our spine. So just to thread the needle, we're going to take the left hand, back of the hand to the mat, bend the right elbow, rotate through the thoracic spine as that arm threads through. Hips stay level, and then we breathe in to come back. Place the hands under the shoulder. Breathe out, back of the right hand threads through, lengthen through the crown of our head, and we come back. Hand comes down, alternating, getting this beautiful rotation and just focusing on the breath, the alignment, the center. So what I think is that by concentrating on these simple movements, the beautiful principles of Pilates, that we will be able to find more awareness and connection for our more advanced work. And just always good to come back to this and still find that you can work hard with these simpler movements. You've got to concentrate, you've got to keep that pelvis still here as you take that thread through, breathing out, enjoy that rotation, breathing in. One more threading through with that right hand. I want you to feel like your crown of head reaches forward as your sit bones reach back. And then coming back around. Good, let's make our way onto our back. So you can just transition smoothly, bring the feet around and come down to lay down onto your back. Nice and smooth and gentle. Coming into some backstroke arms. So just let your pelvis settle here. Neutral, settled, lengthen through the spine. Float the arms up above your chest. Feel those shoulders sitting on the back. Bring one arm back by the ear, one arm down by your side. Open collarbone, inhale to change. So just nice and smooth, mobilizing our shoulders. Thinking of this as really good, healthy work for the body. Allowing us to concentrate on the precision of the movements. And we will work our abdominals, we will work our back and our glutes. Just focusing on that simplicity, that beautiful functioning of the body. Good. And then from there, we're going to place our hands on our pelvis. So just bring your palms onto your pelvis, and we'll just take a little rock of the pelvis towards. So imagine you've got that bowl of soup or that compass. You've got north where the belly button is. We tip the pelvis to the north, and then south where the pubic bone is, just gently tipping the pelvis to the south. So that lovely, just gentle rocking of the pelvis forwards and back. Such a great exercise to do, just to build that awareness of the pelvis, of our neutral. And then just find your neutral. So hip bones are level, pubic bone, belly button are on the same plane. Maybe there's a natural curve dip in the lower back, little pocket of air there. And just check the ribs aren't flaring out, so back of the ribs are down. And we're going to just breathe in, find that center, exhale, float right leg up, keep that neutral. Breathe out, float left leg. Breathe in, breathe out, float right foot down. Breathe in, breathe out, float left foot down. Then we're going to start with the left. Good, let's do one more on each leg. We need to check that pelvis isn't rocking left to right. Draw down through the abdominals as that second leg comes up. Turn that dimmer switch of that center up. And we come back into that body. We're gonna go again. This time we're gonna hold those legs up in that double knee fold, arms reach back, coming into some unassisted curl-ups. Nod the chin towards the chest, breathing out. Press through the arms, breathing in as we lay the spine back, arms back. Breathing out, come into the body as we curl up. Breathing in as we lay down, nice and smooth, shoulders away from the ears, 4 more. Exhale, press those arms down, strong, reach to the front of the mat. Breathing in as we lay back, reaching the fingertips away. Breathing out, nod the chin towards the chest. Breathing in, control those ribs to hips on the way back. 2 more. And you're working as you go back. Last one, hands are going to come behind the backs of those legs. We're going to take a little assisted roll up, press the low back down towards the north of your belly button. Press the thighs as we rock all the way up. Feet come down, lift your chest. We're going to repeat that. We're going to come down. Find your C curve into the body. Roll back, start to bring the feet with you. As you come back, lay the head. And again, you're going to try and take all the momentum out. So you're going to curl up, press the thighs. See if you can rock forwards slowly. Slowly tip in, finding that little biting point. Feet down, we sit tall. We go back, round that C curve, ribs curl in, tailbone tucks up, feet slide with you. Low back comes to the mat. And you lay your head down, just keeping this rhythm, breathing out. Into the body. Try not to tip to one side. Coming up, open chest. We go again, rounding, tucking your pelvis under. Sit bones coming up towards your feet. Feet coming up as you lay back. Let's take 1 more. Press that low back down, press those thighs. Find this little traction, this biting point as you rock up to your seated, and you're sitting nice and tall. Separate your knees, feet together, knees apart. We'll just take a spine stretch forwards here. Rest the hands on the shins. Lift through that spine. Just like you'll roll down, you're going to breathe out. Come into the body as you start to slide your hands towards your feet, breathing all the air out. Ground the sit bones down, breathing in. Exhale as you restack. All the way up. 2 more, like you're peeling your spine off the wall behind you. Let those thighs open. Empty all that air out. And then inhale to draw your navel towards your spine. Sit tall as if you're sitting against that wall behind you. Strong back, strong center. Last one. Remember, don't drop the head. Come into your body. Let the shoulders melt naturally on the back. Breathe out all of that air. And then coming up. Drawing through the center. All the way, nice and tall. We're going to come onto our front. We're going to work our back extensors and our glutes. So we're going to start with the dart. So just coming around onto your front. And we're going to bring our legs together. Arms down by your side. Resting on your mat. Little lift from the underneath. So finding that little pocket of air. Remember, they're ribs to hips. I want you to lengthen your tailbone towards your feet. We're coming into our dart. So you're going to inhale, come up with the arms, the back, squeeze the legs together, turn the palms in. So working across the back, shining your chest forwards, reaching your fingers towards your feet, squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs, and then exhale to come down. Shoulders come down. Keep the lift on the underneath. So try and keep that little pocket of air even as you come down. Inhale, come up, palms face in. Exhale, come down. Inhale, drawing through the waist, come up with that upper back, reach fingers back towards the feet. You're darting forwards, gently squeezing between those shoulders, fingers reaching back, energizing, lengthening more. Good. And again, Squeeze your inner thighs, like you're squeezing a piece of paper between your legs. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Fingers reach back, draw forward, lengthen your waist, tailbone presses down. And we come around. Good, prone, such a hard position. Let's do one more. Squeeze those legs together for me. Reach back, navel to spine, darting forward, dart out through the crown of your head. And we rest down. I'm going to work through our glutes and hips a little bit. Just bring your hands under your forehead, make this little cushion. So you could go one hand on top of the other or fingers pointing together. Just take your legs a bit wider than your hips, turning them out, drawing in and up through your waist. Just alternating leg raises here. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So lifting from the back of your thigh. Maybe it might be helpful to put your hands just under your hips and trying not to shift the weight or drop into the lower back as you lift the leg. So it might mean that that's really small movement. You're going to just focus on that length through your spine. Really tough. Maybe hands come back under the head. Try not to use your upper back. Keep relaxed through the upper back and shoulders. Keep both sides of your pelvis really balanced. Lengthen through that waist. You've got 4, 3. Squeezing that glute. You've got 2. Imagine someone's pulling that leg away. You've got 1. Into that body, well done. Let's bring our legs together. Hands come in. Let's press all the way up and take a little child's pose, rest position. So knees wide, feet together, just round back to your heels. Stretch out through your spine. Keep active through your center. Melt back towards those heels. Breathe into the body. And then just walk your hands around to one side. Okay, and just feel that reach on that one side as your hips go back the other way. Breathing into that open side of the ribs. And then walk your hands back to the center and around to the other side. And just reach your hips back the other way. And then just walk your hands back to the middle. And then just very slowly roll up to your seated position, working your back, draw your shoulders down. Let's just come to a high kneeling, all the way up. And we're just going to take a little hinge back here. So really great one to work the core, work the little glute work. Front of thighs are going to work and have a little bit of a stretch. So knees, hips, shoulders in line, tailbone lengthened under, hips coming up towards the belly button. And we're going to hinge back from here. So we're going to breathe in just a little bit, keep that center, keep into the body, breathe out as we come back up. Inhale, squeeze that bottom, going back. We worked it yesterday. And coming up, collarbone wide. Just 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, open through the thighs. 3. Good, keeping that plank position. Remember, a pole running through your body. 2. Doing so well. You've got last one. And we're going to stand up. So step 1 foot out in front, and we're going to stand from here using those glutes that we worked yesterday up to standing. And we're going to finish with a little kind of rising exercise. So kind of like your footwork from what we would do on the reformer, but in standing, just to really get that sense of center. So we've been working on our Pilates stance a little bit some of the last few classes. So heels together, little pizza size gap between the feet, slice, which depends how big of a slice you're going to have, but you know what I mean. So we're going to wrap those thighs around through the back. We're going to just come into a rise. So we're going to rise up, squeeze your heels together and lower down. And you're going to keep those ribs knitting. You're going to find that center. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, all those connections we found on the mat. Breathing out. And just focus on really being in your body. Moving and breathing, squeezing those heels together. Squeeze your bottom inner thighs, lengthen out through the crown of your head. And then we're going to hold it. We're going to do a little challenge today. We're going to bend and stretch the knees. So like you're sliding down a wall, just 8, squeeze those heels together. Breathe in your body, in your center. 7, 6, squeezing those heels if you can with them up. 5, all of those connections. 4, maybe go with the heels down and then lift them up if you can. You've got 3. Focus those eyes, try not to lean forward. You've got 2, squeezing those heels together, inner thighs. You've got last one, coming up, you can do it. And you can practice that if you found yourself a bit wobbly, like me today. And we'll come down, long toes, back to parallel legs. Just take one more roll down to finish the class, into that body again. Through the center line. And you're coming up. So I hope you enjoyed just coming back into your body today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 23. Thank you guys. Bye.